Collingwood, as I mentioned, Caro, talk of the town. Jordan De Goey franked his market worth with a second brilliant final, and now the question gets asked of Collingwood again of how they value him and where to next.
Well, it has been, and in fact it was asked by Channel 9 today of the new Collingwood chairman, what a year he's having Jeff Brown, and this was what he had to say to Tony Jones.
Jordan's an integral part of our team, an integral part of our club, and I was just speaking to him at the cafe. He's feeling good, looking forward to the game. The game when we played Sydney last time at the SCG, Jordan did not play, and I think he'll have a big impact on the game this Saturday.
You reckon he'll be here next year?
Well, I hope so.
So 10 coaches' votes, Matthew, from the weekend. No one disputed his performance. Extraordinary to think that, as Sam McClure reported on this show a few weeks ago, Geelong have pulled out of the Jordan De Goey race for cultural reasons, according to Sam. St Kilda was still in there, but no one, I think, well, personally, I don't give them much of a chance. I think they left their run too late. Why would Jordan De Goey leave this football club and the scenes like we witnessed on Saturday night? But I'm just adamant, and I think Collingwood are adamant, that they're not going to change the offer, and I don't think they should.
So, Caro, he's equal with Lachie Neale in terms of leading the coaches' vote. So they're on 15 apiece for the Gary Ayres medal. But what is the deal you're saying with they're not changing? So is there clauses in it for behavioural clauses?
Yes, there are. But
so where's it stand at the moment?
Well, it's been, The Age reported it very recently. I think Michael Gleeson, a 2-year deal is in front of Jordan De Goey with triggers for another 2 years. And the triggers are not particularly onerous. They don't involve games missed or injury. They only involve behaviour. So if Jordan De Goey behaves himself, he's got a 4-year deal opening at $800,000 a season and probably able to go up with the CBA money.
Kane, how do you view that? Do you think Jordan's now in a position to get a straight 5-6 year deal from someone else with the form he's in?
I just love the way Collingwood have played it right the way through, from withdrawing the contract offer after the Barley incident to now holding firm on what they are prepared to pay for a player who has had a troubled past. His performances speak for themselves, no doubt, and he's building an incredible finals resume. But perhaps Collingwood have finally learnt from the long-term contract disasters that they've made repeatedly. And for a player with a checkered past, he doesn't have many other options, Caro. If you're saying Geelong's pulled out, St Kilda the same, then perhaps it is only Collingwood, and they would realise that he doesn't want to leave. So I just reckon they've played it magnificently.
Things can change. Ironically, I think the offer is slightly better than it was before, than the contract that they did withdraw.
He plays 2 more games like that, the offer will move. There's no doubt.
I think Kane makes a great point, though, and I think Collingwood have been in total control of everything they've done this year, led by Craig McRae. And have a look at him in a loss, the way he speaks, and have a look at him in a win. He just keeps everything very measured at Collingwood.
Well, we want to act like winners. I must admit, the siren goes and there's half a dozen of our guys laying on the ground. For me, that's not a winner. That's acting like a loser. We lost the game. We're not losers. We're here to win this thing. We'll give it everything we've got. You get to this time of the year and you want to give it your best shot. And I thought we threw a lot of punches at them. We're here to win it. We are. Like, one more game and you're in a grand final. We're here to win this thing. And, we're going to work our butts off to get better every day to give ourselves every chance.
So I love the first one, Hutch, and I love the second one even more, to say, don't think just because you finished 17th and now you're in the top 4, that's enough. We haven't done enough. And then the mood, though, Hutchie, this mood of players, a first-year kid laughing and joking, jovial like that, I haven't seen that before.
He's infectious, isn't he?
He is, but it's the whole team feeling this way, and I don't think, there's no guarantee, they're unlikely to feel that way next year. You get maybe 1 or 2 years in your football journey, 15 years, if you're lucky, that you feel this way about your coach, your environment. So make the most of it while you've got it, and I think Collingwood are certainly doing that at the moment, Caro, and they believe now a premiership's it. It's not about being top 4, they want to win the premiership.
I don't want to look back too much, but I was really interested in what Jack Crisp had to say.
Probably internally we believe we were good enough anyway. We still had a really good list. Yeah, we had no chemistry and connection, unfortunately, last year. We couldn't find a way to gel together. And what Fly and Bolts and Leper have been able to do, and the way they've coached throughout the whole pre-season, throughout the whole year, is just, it's been phenomenal for us. And you can see the connection that it's built out on field.
has to be a bit of an indictment on the old coach and certainly a massive affirmation for the new coach. And as they keep saying, the whole coaching group.
Coaches, yeah, it's been a big shot in the arm for two sacked AFL coaches, it must be said, and their stocks have risen, and it's great for the industry to see them get another opportunity. And the all duck no dinner is in part true, but it's also built on the back of this order. They've got enormous trust in this defence, who bail them out time and time again with their positioning, their dare, their audacity. This is a great back six. Noble and Quainer having great finals.
Hey, Kane, you know what? The other three teams in the finals are ranked second, third and fourth for scoring. Collingwood are down at about ninth. But this back line are good in the air, but then they punish you, don't they? And that's their point of difference, would you say?
Yeah, it's probably been underrated with, because we speak about the offensive flair and how quick they move the ball from back transition to forward transition, but how well they defend. And it's a different defensive group, really aggressive, but they play footy in a fun way. You would want to be a part of that back six, but the unconditional factor with them is they're all super tough and they're incredible in the contest. And that would be one of their non-negotiables, I'm sure of that, because I haven't seen one Collingwood defender take a backward step this year.
They run into a red-hot Sydney who are in magnificent form and rested, and on a ground that suits Sydney, smaller ground. The big unknown in the final spotlight, of course, is can they overcome not the demons of that last trip to Sydney? They didn't have to go on that occasion. And, of course, Buddy Franklin, can he find some form?
Yes, I've got Buddy in the final spotlight for me this week, Hutchie. So Stephen May was best man on the ground in the last final in a loss. 21 disposals, 7 marks. Franklin, 7 disposals and 1 mark, no score. And he's going to come up against another guy who's not as destructive in the air as in terms as powerful, but he will do this with his run. And I didn't think Buddy chased out of the forward line very well at all against Stephen May, and Moore's going to test him even more so. So yeah, it's a big moment for Buddy. He's a proud man. And he was embarrassed, Caro, in his last performance.
He was, and this could be the last time he plays on the SCG, which is an incredibly moving moment for the Swans, and what an amazing player he's been. But you just feel that this might be his last year now. So I can't remember a preliminary final. Well, there hasn't been one at the SCG since 1996.
Right.
Extraordinary, and what a game it's going to be.
And then we'll see Clark De Goey again, won't we, this weekend? It worked once, surely again.
Hutchie, probably his worst game of the season. And I just want to highlight the pressure that he was under. So Ryan Clark
the
Clarksman got him. He was on him for 55 minutes in the game, Kano, and he kept him to 12 disposals in that 55 minutes. And then they had to change roles for Nick Dacos. Had to get him out of the half-back lane to just try and release him of the Clarksman.
Yeah, the Clarksman got after him, and he'll come again, you would think, Hutchie, I'm with you on that. And he wasn't... Maybe he'll be prepared for it this time, though. And also what Collingwood didn't cope with was Sydney's early pressure, and they will know that is coming. There was no Jordan De Goey last time that he played, so he will help. But this is the vision early in the game, and to be fair, right throughout the game. And this is what Sydney have improved the back half of the year. Like Melbourne couldn't cope with Sydney's pressure in the first final. In the second half, they completely shut Collingwood down on this night, and they'll be looking to do that again. So it does affect Collingwood's ball movement on the smaller MCG, and even players like that with Pendlebury rattled, and you don't see him turn the footy over. So it is a bit infectious when you start to be a bit jumpy with that pressure. They'll be more prepared for it, but Sydney are red hot and ready to go. They're going to be really hard to beat.